Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Avery. I'm 25 years old, and today's video is going to be a September budget with me. This might end up being a kind of low energy video simply because I have been feeling kind of depressed lately in relation to my job. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I started a new job last December, and it has been a bumpy ride to say the least. And it continues to be a bumpy ride. Sometimes I think things are fine and I'm in a good rhythm with things, but then more often than not, it just becomes a disaster for many different reasons, and it's very stressful. So it's honestly kind of made me quite depressed, and I do think I've been just, for the sake of honesty, I think I've been emotionally eating a lot. So this year has just been a very hard year for me. To keep it very honest with you, and I've gained a bunch of weight, and it's just stressful. Like, I think I'm just stressed out all the time, and I think a lot of it is my job, so I may end up getting a different job in the future if I ever find the energy to apply and interview for things. I'm just kind of feeling a bit lost because I don't know where I want to go in life. Me and my boyfriend have talked about moving. We've talked about staying. We've talked about buying a house, talked about not buying a house. We've talked about getting a dog. We got a dog, like things are very up in the air. So, especially with work, I'm kind of apathetic, not interested in a lot of things at the moment, which apparently, according to my psychiatrist, is a sign of, still a symptom of depression, is how she put it. Yeah, so a lot going on, but also kind of nothing at all. But for the month of September, I do have a couple things going on that I'll need to budget for. For starters, I have $3,210.35 to budget out. I do get paid once a month, so this is the income I got at the end of August. I am salary, but for some reason I seem to get a slightly different paycheck every single time, for a boring reason. But yeah, so I brought in, after taxes and deductions, $3,200. As far as like where I need to put the money, I know the first thing I need to do is put money into my rent. I live with my boyfriend now, and I pay $672.50 for my portion of rent and utilities. So I put that in there. For household, I'm going to skip that. Honestly, I might hide this category for now because I think I'm just going to pull this money together with my groceries and spend it from there. So rent is $672. For utilities, I need to pay my portion of the internet, which is $40. So we just split it. It's pretty straightforward. For a phone, that's $37.19. Always, I don't know what it is, but every single month, like, my phone bill is slightly different, and it's kind of very frustrating. For transportation, I will be traveling actually at the beginning of this month, like literally on September 2nd, I think. We are traveling to Chicago to visit. Honestly, this is a bit of an impromptu trip, so I don't really have much planned on what to do, so if you have suggestions, feel free to let me know. But we're just going to be there for a few days. It's not that far away, so I'm excited to visit because I've never been. But yeah, I probably need to put a little extra money into transportation because I'm currently at $0. So let's do $120. Car insurance, my car insurance is due in September, and it's $485. I pay biannually, or twice a year. So every 6 months. So I need to put that in there. When I updated my address, it ended up costing more money. So how exciting. For auto maintenance, I just got my car serviced, so I'm not really in the business of getting my car. I'm hoping, as long as nothing happens to my car, that I don't have to spend any money until next year. But I think to get it up to an even $350, I'll do $73.84. Bike supplies, I'm hiding this category. Health and fitness. So medical, I do have to pay off a medical bill that I had in a month. I literally had the service done in January, but I haven't paid the bill because I was waiting on a financial assistance application. All that to be said, I now have it on a payment plan. I could pay it off now, but I just don't want to. And I might as well just take advantage of the payment plan. So the payment plan is $70 a month. So I want to put at least $70 in this category. But I think I'm going to do $120 and maybe come back to it later. Therapy, since I hit my out-of-pocket max, therapy is currently free. I've been thinking about changing my therapist just because I think I'm in a different phase in my life and I need something different. But that's just something I'm considering. Wellness, this says $139. I actually need to update this to $119 is how much I pay now for spin studio. I do go to spin classes semi-consistently is the best way I'll put it. As far as how much it costs, the reason why I went down is because I ended up getting a discount for my employer or through my employer, which is nice to work for a larger employer because you can often get discounts for a variety of places. So that saves me $20 a month. So $119 there, or was it $129? I think it's $119. I'll have to check it later. For subscriptions, these are boring, so I won't go through them, but it's $27.84. Think of like Apple Care, Spotify, things like that. The cost of Spotify is going up by like $1, by the way. I'm going to put $825 into YNAB. I guess I forgot to mention that I use the budgeting software YNAB or YNAB Budget. So if you want to try it, there is a link down below, and this is the software I'm using today. Yeah, so that's everything for subscriptions. For True, there's nothing in this category. Hiding it. Let's look at my sinking funds. So I have the Delta, I have like the Amex Delta Platinum, something like that. It has an annual fee of $250, so I'm putting in $20.84 each month in order to pay for that next year. Haircut, I just got my haircut in the month of August, so maybe $15. Christmas, I'm just putting $60 a month. Saving, okay, so I'm currently not really in super saving mode because student loans are coming back. And my student loans, I owe $22,000, a little over that. So I'm probably going to start paying those down. So really, what I want to do is move 1,000 of this to my student loan. So let me see here. Where is it? Here it is. So there's a student loan I want to target, and I'm going to use some money from savings to help pay it down. So that is moved from there. So I'm not going to put any money in the savings category. For gifts, what's happening in September? My nephew, my cousin, okay. My uncle had a baby, so she is turning 1. So what are we thinking? $50? Reimbursements, that's just a placeholder category, so $0 there. My emergency fund, I did recently beef up my emergency fund. I originally had $3,000 in here. I transferred $3,000 from my savings category over to my emergency fund, and this was just done to get prepared for student loans, so I can have like a good nest egg in my bank account that I'm holding on to just in case there is an emergency. But in general, most of my discretionary income will most likely go towards my student loans, unless of course I get depressed or bored and then I don't put as much money in there. Just full disclosure. Maybe there's some months where I'm spending more money on myself than I am on the government. So something to keep in mind. Roth IRA, I'm not gonna put anything in there at the moment. Because I'm hopefully I'll make some extra income throughout the month, and I can just put money that I make in extra income towards my Roth IRA. Let's take a look at fun/spending. So I had originally scheduled like an appointment to finally get my eyebrows waxed. It's been about 7 years, but I canceled it. So I don't know when, but I think I'm gonna put $80 in there just to get me going. Let's talk about fun money. What is happening? So I'm going to Chicago, so that's a couple days. What else is happening in September? Nothing really. I just like to have fun, I guess. Let's start with, I'm probably not going to put the money in, sorry, I'm not making any sense right now. I'm kind of incoherent. So what I was trying to say is I'm going to put some money into the vacation category. How much was my hotel? I don't remember. Hold on. Brief intermission for me to look up this hotel. So the hotel, we're staying somewhere in Chicago. I don't even remember which neighborhood. I think it's a fine neighborhood that's close to public transportation. Can you tell this was very much like a last second sort of decision? So the hotel, I forget how much this cost. I'm just stalling for time. We ended up spending $517. So my portion of that would be $260. So I need at least $260 in here. And then so $260 minus $192.73 equals $67.27. So that covers the hotel. And then I'm only gonna be there Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So maybe $200. So hopefully that helps. And then I'm gonna put $250 into the pet category. Let's go with $250 for now. So Cece is 10 weeks old. She's quite the little rascal. She's quite the hellion. She's barked multiple times since I've started this because she's a bad girl. And she's circling me right now, thinking about barking again. Yeah. Oh, I need to put money into food. Ooh. This is not going too well. I think let's do another thing I have to do in the month of, this is completely unrelated, but another thing I have to do in the month of September is make a payment towards a cruise. Oh, and I need to buy a passport. Oh, Lord, I'm getting stressed out. I feel like so many things are happening. So back to the vacation category. Let me find it. It's under focus on now. Okay, so how much is a passport? 200. I think I'm gonna pay for expedited shipping, so probably about $250 total, maybe less, hopefully less, maybe not, maybe more. I don't have a passport, but for the cruise it is going international, so I need one. I have to make a payment towards a cruise that I'm going with with my mom because we're on a payment plan. But I am just gonna pull that money from my savings category. So yeah, I probably should have done groceries first because I'm in a big eating era. So like I mentioned, when I'm stressed out, I like to emotionally eat. So yeah, I'm gonna put $300 in groceries and $200 in dining out. So I put $300 in groceries and $200 in dining out. Did I miss any categories? I did rent, did the boring stuff. I think I did all that. Sinking funds, put money in the gifts category. The emergency fund is good, so maybe I'll just hide that category. The Roth IRA, I don't need to touch. Health, beauty, clothing. Oh, I need to put money in fun. Let's do $150. And then I'm gonna do the remaining into my student loans. I'd like to pay this off. So let's do that. I'd like to pay off at least one student loan before interest starts. So I have $1,316.68. So if I want to get to 1807, I need $490.32. So from the savings category, $490.32 moved over to the student loan. Puts me at $2,500 in the savings and then $1,807 in the student loans. Okay, so I've now assigned all the money. In YNAB, you use the principle that you only assign dollars that you actually have. So like only money in your bank account or money that you got paid. You're not projecting into the future. So all of the money that is assigned and shown here today is money that I do have. If you have any tips on like applying for a new job. I find the transition to being an adult to be exhausting, and I feel like I've been transitioning for 3 years now. But if you have any tips about looking for a job or things I might sound like I'm good at, I do a lot of like consulting work, more or less. It's not like in the sense that I actually make good money for it like a lot of consultants do, but my title does have consultant in it. I do a lot of training. I'm pretty sure I could do some project management. So it's all about just, I'm trying to figure out my next steps. I just feel lost. I did start a like LinkedIn learning module for project management to try and see if that's something I would be interested in, and if so, how to break into that. Because I find that my current job, what I dislike the most is how things are just never ending. Sorry if you can hear the dog in the background. Hold on a second. I find that my current job, things are just never ending. So that makes it very difficult to feel accomplished at things if things are constantly just happening. Yeah. So maybe more of a project-based role would be good for me. So yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, like it as it helps out my channel. If you want to see more budgeting content, you can stick around and subscribe. Sorry if I seem a little negative or a little down in this video. It's just hard when life is hard. So yeah, thank you all, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye now.